Hello, my friend. This is your doctor, Derek Israel, and I'm gonna do a video that I mostly do every year. And I say mostly because I haven't done it sometimes. Yes, I'm guilty. And it's like a reflection in my birthday. And it's very important. This type of art, every video of mine is an art. It's important in the sense that what is a year in your life? A year is a cycle. Is if you consider it in astrological way, it's kind of you went a full rotation uh, surrounding the sun. And what is the sun? And I have an episode on Spanish, a couple of episodes on my podcast about the sun, and a couple of videos about the sun. And basically, I always tell you, that sun is the totality of your personality. The sun is God, the substance of the multiverse. So you went all around it in a year, not only chronologically, in the sense of time, if that is a thing, but also spiritually, because time is, Chronos and Kairos. Chronos is the time that you can put in a calendar and mathematize, like make mathematics that time. And Kairos is the one that is a synchronicity. It's a time based on meaning, not numbers, not scales. So that is also a 365 type of surrounding spiritually. In your Kairos time, you are in a year kind of transforming. So every year is a cycle, it's an end and it's a beginning at the same time. Notice, like I was 27 yesterday, the day before yesterday, and now yesterday I was 28. In the same time, there's an instant in which I am also letting something out of me, letting go something. So it's like an end and a beginning. So for me, it's very important to do art in this synchronicity, in this cycle when it's your birthday. And I did it when I was 23. It's a classical video. It's on Spanish that is called, I think it is called The 10 Laws or something like that. It is called The 10 Laws That I Learned in My 23 Years. But in Spanish, it's like something like that. It's a classical video. And then I did one in 24 in a beach. I remember I think that I thought about that there, like the time is running out. Then I did one in 25. So I was pretty disciplined the first 3 years. I did one in 25. I was in Florida. I did a live and I was making a statement in that video. And the statement that I did, it was that I was becoming who I was destined to be, who I am destined to be. That I was not going to mess around anymore. Yes, sure, Derek. Sure, not that you are seeing this from the future. Sure, duty. But yes, I did that video at 25. Then at 26, folks, I didn't did any video. At 26, it was the COVID. I was in the quarantine. I was in a paradise in Guanica Bay, a place in which I was doing free meditations with people, videos, lessons. I did my course of, becoming from beginner to expert in meditation. And I was in a very spiritual journey that year. And I think that I didn't do a video. I remember my birthday. It was pretty nice, pretty awesome people, a lot of love, a lot of compassion, but I didn't make it an art, or at least I didn't make it. Sorry, I am a little bit sick. At least I didn't make it a public art. Then at 27, I was in a hell in my life. Not like it was a terrible life, but in the sense that I was in the infra world. I was in the most dark part of the collective psyche because I was working in maximum security prisons in Colorado, and I was dealing with a lot of, how can I say, externally very difficult patients and criminals and, criminal psyches, internally with demons and with dark forces of the unconscious mind, because we know that it's a parallel. So you have this offender or this criminal in your outside world, but in your inside world, that is a parallel of some element that is part of your own inner world. So every journey is a conjunction between both worlds happening an interface of consciousness that you call experience. So yes, I was in that hell, and I did also a video. That's very sad. And today I'm 28 officially, so I will be trying to do this every birthday. At least I will try to do it. I don't know to which hells I will go, so I cannot guarantee that I will do it. But yesterday I was thinking about doing the video just in my birthday, but I didn't have time, or I didn't create the time. Notice, our ego wants to say, I didn't have time. Bullshit. We all have the same time. We didn't create the time. That is a proactive way of looking your faults. Not with guilt and punishment, with divine morality, divine love, consciousness mixed with self-love. So you don't judge, you love the process. Although it's a defect in character, because if you are not being proactive, that is a defect in character that you need to solve, but you solve it with consciousness and love, not with self-judgment and stuff, obsolete mental models that are not just working for self-esteem anymore. So I didn't create the time. So yes, today I woke up and I said, no, I will do this video. So here I am. That's the most beautiful phrase in the entire world. I am. It's the most spiritual phrase of the entire history of humankind. I am. Because when you are saying I am, you are saying I am the multiverse. And remember, and I know that people is like, what the hell are you meaning lately with the multiverse? I haven't done a lot of content. This is a realization that is currently happening. So I don't know all the details, but maybe give me 1 year and I will be exposing data, and I will exposing, definitive ideas about the multiversality of existence. And when I'm telling you about the multiverse, I'm not just referring to space and time. I also am referring to different degrees of dimensions, infinite degrees of dimensions, in which every dimension have its own laws. So this is when it gets very scary, and it gets very amazing. Very spiritually, like, oh my gotcha, like decentralization of consciousness. A decentralization in the right center, like in the most powerful, divine, godlike, God mode center, full of love, consciousness, integrity, compassion, beauty with capital B, all the giants virtues that we all like aspire to have and to be. Not to have, but to be, right? So yeah, forget about when I say the multiverse. So I don't remember exactly how I arrived to the multiverse. But what I want to say is that yesterday I didn't create the time. So yes, now I understand why I was in the multiverse. Because when you are trying to heal yourself, when you are trying to Love every parameter of your existence, any thought, any emotion, any behavior, spiritual experience. You need to love it in every dimension. So I say you need to love the whole multiverse. So that's why I was explaining to you about the multiverse, but I don't want you to confuse only with kind of, galaxies, black holes. That panorama of the multiverse, well, is limited. When we talk about the multiverse, we talk about infinite degrees of dimensions. Not only 3D, not only 3D, not third dimension, five dimension, all dimensions in every angle of existence. So you need to love every dimension of existence. You real self-love, folks, and I teach this in my, self-love masterclass that now I am launching on English first time with a 67% discount. Go to the link below to access that discount. Time limited. It ends in 3 days. So you have a couple of days to make that decision. It will be the best decision of your life. And that is the ultimate realization of that course. I teach you how to do that, to live, the ultimate self-love. And the ultimate self-love is self-love. Dude, that is little. You need to decentralize your self-love and to love the whole universe, the whole multiverse, infinitely. Every dimension of it, every cause, every effect, every atom, every sound, every odor, every characteristic, every feature of reality, every differentiation of reality, every quark of reality, every building block of reality, every experience, every genre, every sexual orientation, every kiss, every fart of reality, everything. And I just tried to give you different example of different dimensions of reality, different senses, just to make you aware that the self-love that I'm talking about is omnipresent. In all dimensions of the multiverse. And that is self-love when you arrive to that ultimate stage. So, I didn't do this video yesterday, but I do it today. And what I want to talk about is the most profound reflection or introspection that I had in my 28 years old birthday. Okay. And this is the final conclusion. Let's go right into the point. The final conclusion is that my number one priority from now on will be this: in my life, in my business, in my sexuality, in my spirituality, in every area of my multiverse, I will be completely integrous. And that is my truth. I hope that with this decision, I will be able to propel more love to the world, more art, more beauty, more compassion, more empathy, better business, better politics, better relationships, better sexual wisdom, better economical dynamics, better relationship with God and with consciousness and with life. This is my theory in a level, but in another level, in a more profound and substantial level, this is my truth. This is my new integrity. Now, you may ask, all right, Derek, that sounds very cool. But what the hell that means? Right? Right. Well, it means a lot. And not that much at the same time. Like every truth, every truth is infinitely serious and infinitely non-serious. It's like a comedy. That's why God is laugh. God is a comedy. God is fun. God is funny. Right? God is a child. God is a little kid. Well, this will mean that I will not try to be politically correct anymore. I will be honest. I will not do art that doesn't have soul anymore. I'm just gonna do art that I can live through it. I will not settle my faith in the world anymore. I will settle and establish and merge my faith with God only. I will integrate my sexuality with every part of my life. It's gonna be a priority. I will say no every time, every fucking time that I want to say no. And I will say yes every time that I want to say yes. That is integrity in my speech and integrity in my decisions. I will do nothing to compromise my business or nothing that hurts my business. My number one priority from now on is to be completely aligned, vertical, integrous in my truth and my authenticity. I hope that this new stage in my life, this new wisdom, this new lifestyle will make the contribution that I am trying to provide to the world more powerful, more effective. Because I need to become more lethal if I want to express the purity of my life purpose. Do you understand this? You cannot manifest the purity of your life purpose if you don't purify yourself first in your soul, in the viscera, in the hells of heaven, in your ceremonial transcendence, in your shamanic journey. You understand this? And today, external rewards like perceived success or perceived commercial success, financial success, everything that also I have been promoting in my content for years, that I love it and I still love it, but will not be a priority. My priority will be integrity because everything else will follow. Life purpose follows your integrity, your wholeness. How truthful who you are with your self-respect, your spontaneity. Life purpose follows that. Self-love follows that. Are you integrous? Well, you will love yourself, definitely. If you are divided, love will leak. Spirituality, fusion with God, infinite compassion, divine empathy, kindness, acceptance, forgiveness, all of that follows what? Integrity. Because as a universe that is aligned, a multiverse that is aligned, can love itself, can forgive itself, can accept every part of itself. Notice, every fragmentation, basically that is lack of integrity. Every fragmentation, what is? Every fragmentation is a disalignment. So when you have a disalignment, you already splitted the energy, the love, you splitted the acceptance. So certain phenomena will be more difficult to accept than other things. That is a disalignment because they are fragmented. And because they are different things, they are vibrating differently. Because if you want to assume a different form in existence, you need by definition vibrate differently. Because by vibration, you adjust a new form. Maybe a sound, maybe a physical property like a like a visual property like skin or stuff like that. Everything is vibrating. But they must be vibrating in different frequencies to be two different things. And notice now we have two things. We have a misalignment. So maybe this thing cannot accept this thing. Why? Because if accepts completely this thing, it will become one again, and they both will disappear. And they want both survival, because everything in existence, it is existing. It is surviving its existing. Its existence. It's a little bit difficult, but you can get it. Everything that is existing, it is here because it's surviving. It haven't merged with other form in existence. But in a way, every existence is a disalignment. It is something that is fragmented. It is a duality. What I'm telling you to do in your ultimate integrity in consciousness is that you will merge again everything, and in that way you can love everything in existence. Because you are loving only one thing, the whole thing. It's like you can enclose the whole existence in a dot, and then you say, oh, look that dot. I love you, dot. You can love everything now. But notice, you are having a limitation because you are here. So by definition, not everything is in the dot. So that dot should be also including you that are looking to the dot. Now you understand the mechanisms of consciousness and how everything is so interpenetrative. Everything penetrates itself and reflects itself. It's a strange loop. All right? It's a strange loop. That is the morphological structure of existence. That for the future. I will do more episodes about that in the future. Remember, guys and women, this is a long-term project and business. What that means is that I cannot go all in 1 year and give you all the information because it will be so much for your ego to handle. So I am going in steps. I have always been like that. My only expectation is that you do your diligent research and you go in, every episode that I have in my podcast, the videos, the old videos, the ones that you can understand, English or Spanish, whatever, and you study the material. That way, and studying other teachers and reading your own books, you can stay in your path of expanding your consciousness, getting self-actualized, personal development, and you will be able to understand every teaching down the road. But if you don't follow the content and you don't practice the stuff, in 10 years, Chronos time, calendar time, I will be in a whole multiverse, a different level, and you will be in this stupid universe. You're like, oh, I don't understand Derek Israel. He went nuts. No. It's just that you haven't decentralized your consciousness in a way that you will be able to receive the light that I'm trying to transmit to you. You understand this? And if you want to understand more what is light, please go and search my podcast, Luminosity, What is Spiritual Light? You will understand better that idea. So guys, this is my reflection of my 28 years. My number one priority will be integrity from now on. And that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment if you did, giving me your thoughts about what I have been discussing here, what you can add. I will appreciate everything. Remember, there's a 67% discount in my self-love masterclass. All right, you can take it on your own time. Everything is pre-recorded for you. It's only 10 steps for you to love yourself like never before, and with a 67% discount. So it's almost a gift. Go to the link below and enroll in the course. See you in the next one.